Welcome back from that short break. And yes, it's time for me to introduce my first guest on the show this morning. As I am pleased to say we have Pastor Paul Olutunde in the house. Good morning, sir, and thank you for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you, Laboran. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, it's such a refreshing experience to have you in the studio, especially that we are in this new year 2025. So, Happy New Year to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Wishing you Happy New Year, a prosperous New Year as well.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, so this morning we are looking at promoting national unity and building a better Nigeria in the year 2025. We understand that the year 2024 was fraught with so many challenges. The fabric of our unity was constantly stretched, like it was going to tear at some point, but then we were able to pull through. Now, some of the reasons why our unity was so shaken, it's not something that I would say just happened. It's as a result of our own deliberate actions and inactions across all strata of the society. Now, this is what I would like you to speak to. Given your vast experience in relating with our people, sharing, hearing their stories, and inspiring them to change either attitude, behavioral attitude, or even change mindset, how would you describe uh, our unity now? What would you say are responsible for the down parts of our national unity?
Oh, thank you very much, Laboran. Yeah, 2024 has been very eventful, if you
Yes.
ask me. You notice that we started on a very quiet note, and suddenly uh, there was a shake-up in the economy, which seems to be the foundation of everything that happened this year. It's went down to affect our social fabric. It affects our relationship. It affects the structure that holds the country together. At some point this year, you realize that the major unity we have, as in terms of character, was hardship.
Yes.
We were so much united in hardship. We were so much united in uncertainty. Uh, the security issue seems to be a united issue. Every direction you turn to, you find all those issues coming to play. However, we're able to pull through. That tells us about the resilience of the people. And I will also want to commend the government too, because when things seems to be so challenging, they were still able to hold the pieces together. So, but we're ending on a shaky note, but there's hope for Nigeria.
Exactly. Um, Nigeria is a country that has never been without hope. I think if we count the blessings of this country, we should count hope as one of the things that God blessed us with in this country. We are always hopeful that there will be a better day, a better time. Now, let's speak to how do we achieve this better day and this better time? What do you think needs to be done to promote national unity, both from the government, from we the citizens, from almost every sector of this country? What should we do to have a better 2025 as far as national unity is concerned?
Good enough. The president, rolled out what is termed the Hope Agenda.
Yes.
So, our aspiration, our thinking for 2025 is let that hope come alive. How do we achieve this? One, I will say, let's promote inclusiveness.
Okay.
The government will need to do a lot of stakeholding, all the diverse sections. Let every section in this nation have a say. Let everyone have a sense of belonging, knowing fully well that we have just one nation, The only nation you can do whatever you like and still feel part of it is still nation. You don't behave anyhow elsewhere.
Yes.
It's here that we should put our energies to develop. All the running here, running there, they built those places. We can build our place too. So let there be inclusiveness. If I know that this area can do well in agriculture, let's promote it. If this area can do well in commerce, let's promote it. If this area can do well in industrialization, let's promote it. If another can do well in arts and industry, let's promote it. All we are thinking of is let's put our collective efforts together to developing this nation. And necessary resources, whether natural or human, bringing them all together to ensure that the national identity of Nigeria is preserved.
Amazing, amazing. This is very, very, I'm pleased to hear this because I can imagine that this nation has that inclusiveness and everywhere could just look to bring what they have, what they are proficient in, what
Yeah.
they are naturally blessed with.
Yep.
Say, my village, we are good at, say, maybe making palm oil, and we bring our palm oil, and this comes and that comes, and then together imagine the circulation and
Yeah.
there will be more than enough for
Yeah.
everybody.
Additionally,
Yes.
I will need a press campaign to bring the value, additions, propositions of every section. Let the media promote what your village can bring, promote what my village can bring. Make sure that every section of this nation is brought to spotlight, what they can bring, how they can contribute to the development and the unity. You now realize that what you think of some other ethnic group or regions, your narratives will change.
Exactly. We do have some very interesting program on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority that is already doing this. We have the program Food Today that goes into different villages and bring out the unique food that they have and share this food with the whole of us, the whole lot of us in the country via that the productions and that program called Food Today. And for culture, we have what we call Explore Nigeria, which is a program that explores different cultures, different places in Nigeria, and these are on the network belt of the NTA. But now, there's something I need to speak to. The wealth of a nation is in the hands of its youths. But in a case where the youths are not deployed to fruitful venture, we leave idle minds to become the devil's workshop. Now, how do you think we should engage our youths in this regard?
The workforce of any nation is in the youth arena. For any developmental effort, you need the youth. Yes, you talk of the management at the top. Yes, the management should be able to bring the youths, one, encourage them in leadership, to be interested in leadership, encourage them to be able to bear their minds on how to contribute to development. The world is a global village as we speak. If you don't engage the youth to be part of governance, you may be years behind. The world is so dynamic now. We need more of entrepreneurial youths. We need more of innovative youths. There are many things they know that needs to be brought to the table for development. Most of the analog ways things were done before, you don't do that, you don't do such these days. But with all the knowledge, we'll need youths that will be responsive, youths that would take Nigeria as a nation and as the mindset to build this nation. Whatever they learn from anywhere all over the world, it's like you have the global knowledge, but you localize the implementation to ensure that Nigeria too can compete among the committee of nations. When you go to China, you see all the skyscrapers, you see everything around you. Some people put it together, some people work towards it. You go to Europe, you see similar things. You can as well come to Nigeria and replicate whatever you're seeing globally, bring it home. Let us solve our problems. And we need the youth to help us.
Exactly. We need the youth to help us, but we first have to help the youth, is what Pastor Olutunde is telling us this morning. Let's quickly go on a short break. When we come back, there's still some questions I have for Pastor Olutunde. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Nigeria's national unity is what we're discussing this morning, and we're profiling ways on how to build a better Nigeria in the year 2025. Remember, this year is a brand new year. We are hopeful that this year we correct all the mistakes of the previous year, 2024, and that is why this morning Pastor Paul Olutunde is speaking to us from the heart, telling us about our problems and how we can fix them. Now, Pastor, you've been able to talk to government. You've been able to tell us what the government needs to do. You've told us what we need to do for the youth and also how we need the youth to help us. Now, let us look at the area of security, because basically one of the recurring issue we have is that of security, kidnappings, armed robbery, banditry, especially in some parts of this country, and it's affecting us all generally. We have farmers who say we have produce in the farm, but we can access the farm to bring them out, thereby making the available ones in the market super expensive. Now, what do we do with security?
Yeah, I could recall the last media chat the president held in Lagos. He was able to tell us that he is impressed with the security architecture. He is not in a hurry to change it at the moment. However, I would need that the government should review, ensure that confidence is restored to the nation in terms of security. They are doing so much. They are doing so much, but we might need to ensure that all those nooks and crannies of this nation has security presence. In those areas that are so volatile, draft more security personnel there. Ensure there are a lot of security presence there. In that wise, even the locals will have the confidence that, oh, we have security around us.
Exactly.
And then people can go to farm, harvest their produce, and have security of life and property.
And of course, ensure food security as well.
Ensure food security. So I think it's really needful in the new year. We need to boost our confidence more, security-wise. And then for the youth, let's there be job creation. Many idle minds will tell you, well, if nothing is available, it's easy to be recruited into such arena, which they should not go this time around.
Exactly.
So there should be opportunities for jobs for the youth.
Amazing. There should be opportunities for job for the youths, and we should create the situations and bring up the policies that will lead to massive job creation, either by improving the skills of our workforce, that's the youths, or ensuring that there's even something for them to do in the first place. Agriculture is one area that can employ a lot of our youths, but we first of all need to make sure that it is safe to do agriculture. This is a conversation I'm having with Pastor Paul Olutunde this morning, talking about promoting national unity and building a better Nigeria in the year 2025. Because this year promises to be a year that we hope would change the story of this nation from one of struggling to one on the trajectory of success. We have suffered too much. We have had to battle too much. Now let us begin to reap. Pastor, I don't know if it is okay for me, but I'd like to reflect on the story of one of the prophets in the Bible, and of course in the Quran too, talking about Prophet Yusuf, when he had that dream, or when that dream of seven fat cows and seven lean cows, and I know from my little understanding of it, it meant 7 years of prosperity and 7 years of famine. But because the years of prosperity were well managed, the years of famine were not that difficult. So I want to believe that what we have had is our 7 years of famine. We are entering into our 7 years of prosperity, starting with the year 2025. Is it wrong for me to have such a belief, sir?
I agree with you. I agree with you because there's power
Yes,
in your confessions.
that's true, sir.
You make the confessions and you work towards it. We've had real hard times in this nation. 2024 was so challenging because a lot of things happened suddenly and rapidly, but we're able to pull through. And we know that the 2025 budget is really ambitious. A lot of work will need to go into it. So we are seeing it as an opportunity for us to be revamped and for prosperity to start reeling in. After you have, I will say, after you have committed to so much sacrifices, then the rewards must start coming.
Exactly.
So you are right in your assertion.
Thank you so much, Pastor Paul Olutunde. I am writing my assertion. You can join me in this assertion. In fact, let that be your resolution for the year 2025, that you have a positive mind that this country has begun a journey of prosperity. Proclaim that, wish that into existence, but more than anything else, do your part to see that this is not just a wish, but a reality. We've been having an amazing time this morning. It's the year 2025, a new year, and it's really beautiful to share this moment with Pastor Paul Olutunde. Thank you for coming on the show, sir.
Thank you for bringing me to the Unity Station to come and talk on unity.
Thank you so much.
I'm
sir.
happy and Happy New Year to you once more.
Thank you, sir. Happy New Year to you too. Let's quickly go on a short break now. When we come back, there's still so much we have on the show for you. Well, please stay with us. Welcome back. The program is still Good Morning Abuja. The essence of the festivities is to connect with loved ones, both home and abroad, many of whom would have to travel to probably the hometown to share the festivities. Remember, home does not really apply to a particular location. Home is where the heart is. So home could be here in Abuja, home could be far away Anambra, it could be Sokoto, it could be Maiduguri, it could be Port Harcourt. Home could be anywhere. But what takes us home? The roads lead us home. Even if you fly, you go by air. To get to the airport, you have to use the roads. And when your plane touches down at the airport in the state you're going to, you still have to use the road to access home. So the roads is what connects us all. That is why they say the road that leads us home must be paved with love, must be guided with safety, and must be protected from recklessness. This morning on the program, we are going to be celebrating officers and men of the Federal Road Safety Corps who dedicate themselves to ensuring that our roads are safe and free from reckless drivers or reckless road users so that issues like road crashes will be permanently eradicated. It's the festive season. We are just fresh after Christmas and we are counting down the last, we are in the new year 2025. And this is why we are celebrating officers and men of the Federal Road Safety Corps. So join me as I welcome CRC Sylvanus Ekpenyong, Unit Head of Operations Central Business District of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, my brother.
Yes, it's 2025. A lot of people traveled for Christmas. A lot of people are still away. They are not yet back. Some traveled just after Christmas, and some are already back. But whatever the purpose is, they traveled using our roads, the same roads that you and your men all over the country man and try to keep safe. So let me start by saying thank you for the selfless acts which you people do. It's remarkable and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, I want us to delve into discussing Operation Zero Tolerance to reduce road traffic crashes. But before we do, let's get a general feel of our roads this morning from you. Are there any situations we should be updated on?
Yes, the overview of the road during the period under review has been very calm. Like you said, this period is characterized with a higher number of vehicular movement, and that is why the FRC came out with the topic, the team Operation Zero Tolerance.
Operation Zero Tolerance.
And it's the initiative of Federal Road Safety Corps to reduce road traffic crashes, injuries, fatalities on the road. And that is the aim is just to make sure that people travel from one point to the other safe and sound. And we don't want to have a lot of crashes on the road. If there must be any crashes, the injury or the fatality should be minimal, should not be a fatality that would lead to have a lot of crashes on the road. So, but at least we are trying to make sure that the road is being, the rate of fatalities is minimized, and we also promote the culture of responsible driving, especially during this festive period.
Yes, amazing. You see, many road users, myself included, during these festivities, experienced your men professionally manning the roads, giving instructions, letting us know about where to watch out for on the road as regards potholes and dangerous bends, and just generally running a very, very comprehensive sensitization program so that people can be made aware. I remember the vehicle I traveled in when we encountered a checkpoint of the road safety officers. They did caution us. They told us to look out for a bend that was up ahead, and when we're approaching that place, we should please reduce speed. And that conscientization was already in our minds. So even as we were traveling, all of us had this consciousness and we're telling the driver, don't forget to, they say there is a bend that we need to look out for as we are going. And so he traveled at a pace that he could manage the car, at a speed he could manage the car. And when we came to that bend and we passed the bend, we realized if we had come at a faster speed, it would have been difficult for us to navigate that bend, and we would definitely have had a crash. Also, kudos to officers and men of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Now, this operation Zero Tolerance to reduce road traffic crashes did not start today. It started long before the festivities, the sensitization, talking to people and everything. So give us like give us an assessment. How would you rate its acceptability by road users, especially in the area of ensuring that travels are safe?
You see, this period of this festive period is a season that characterized with higher number of vehicular movements and people traveling from one point to the other.
Yes.
And that is a period the road safety personnel are always on the road. We don't sleep. We don't travel to see our families. We are always on the road to make sure that people go to their destination safe and sound. And the production, like you said, have not started today. It has been initiative of FRSC. And what are these aimed for? Is to make sure that they reduce the speed of the vehicle, reduce the overloading, enlighten the people, educate the motorists, the road users, that the dangers on the road, and make them to become responsible road users so that you can get to your destination safe and sound. And it has been really helping the country when you talk about the high risk of the on the road. And when you see our men on the road, everywhere you go in the country, you see them everywhere from morning till night. And we have these ambulance points located at the different locations in case of emergency. If there must be emergency, you don't need to be struggling before you can see help. You see our men everywhere. And we also have this collaboration with other security agencies in case of any security challenges. We work with Nigerian Police, Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, and other agencies to make sure that the road are safe for everybody. And the public are really endeared to us because most of them, we didn't start this campaign today.
Yes.
It has been on and on. Every festive period, you see us during the Easter period, the Salah period,
celebrations,
and during the Christmas
New Year,
celebrations, the New Year
public
celebrations,
holidays.
every public holiday, when people are in their houses, relaxing and enjoying, that is when we are working.
We are in the same service.
And
We are
that is why
essential service
this
providers.
essential service that we provide to save humanity, we make sure that we tell the drivers, don't overspeed that vehicle. Go with the speed you can manage, you can control. And you see this period now, you see a lot of people are on the road.
Yes.
Because of the cost of fuel, people park their vehicle and patronize public transports. And you see now people want to carry overload.
That
And
is where I was going to
that's
next,
why we are telling,
overload.
that's why we are there, telling people, educating people. Please don't carry more than the specified number that you are supposed to carry in the vehicle. When you carry overloaded, okay, now I'm a passenger. I want to travel. Maybe let's say I'm traveling from Abuja to Onitsha, and then you said maybe let's say transportation is maybe 50,000, and I paid, and you two are traveling and you paid, and you want to pack us. I have paid for that seat.
Yes.
So why should I shift for that person to sit?
To sit.
The person should also pay for his own seat and have the comfort because you paid for that thing. So why will you carry overload? And you see, people want to make money. They did not make from January to December.
All in one day.
All in one day or 1 week. They want to travel. So the problem is we have to look at it. The driver, the vehicle, and the road itself.
Then the users, the passengers.
When you talk of the drivers, at the moment, the driver want to make money and you want to travel and you want to go on the speed that you cannot control. You want to move from Abuja to Onitsha and come back, fatigue will come in. There's no how you will cheat nature.
The car itself
Fatigue
might
will come
suffer
in.
somewhere.
Then when we look at it, we talk of the car itself. Is the car road safety, is roadworthy? If you are not roadworthy, have you able to take it to a mechanic to make sure that that vehicle is properly checked? You check out the tires, are the tire good, are worn out? If they are bad, please remove them and fix new ones. What of the braking system? Are they working well? If they are not working well, please go and meet a qualified mechanic to service it and make sure they are good and good in condition. And don't stress yourself, don't overwork yourself. If you must travel for a long distance, park somewhere, move around for like 10 to 15 minutes before you enter the vehicle, so the blood circulation will move around you when you are tired and the sleep comes. Well, imagine when you close your eyes and you are going at the speed of, let's say, 100 kilometers per hour.
A split second.
What will it happen to you in a second? So that is why we ask people, relax. Don't overload that vehicle. And the roads If you don't, you must have to travel on the road that you don't know. You have to go in a very slow speed that you'll be able to control. When you go on the road that you don't know, and maybe there's a pothole, there's a bend, and there's a narrow bridge, and maybe you want to overtake, and that's why we're talking about wrongful overtaking. This period, don't do wrongful overtaking. Make sure the vehicle are safe before you move, and that is why the public are really recommending us because we are always everywhere to make sure things
I
are
can
working well.
attest to the fact that you are everywhere because our reports from all across the country strongly indicates that road safety can be found on all the major highways and major roads.
And we have already in short, this period, the risk of crashes have reduced
Yes.
compared to other years.
Yes, yes. I want to commend you people once more. You're doing a wonderful job. But let's quickly take this short break. When we come back, we shall be getting pointers on how best to utilize the road, especially as we'll be having people return from their different journeys, especially people who traveled outside this beautiful city of ours called Abuja. We'll take this short break now. Welcome back. I still have in the house CRC Silvanus Ekpeyon, the unit head of operations of the Central Business District of the Federal Road Safety Corps. And we were talking about Operation Zero Tolerance in order to reduce road traffic crashes. And he has been telling us some of the things that this operation aimed to curtail. And so far, evidences are there to show that, yes, this Uletite so far has been one that has witnessed the lowest amount of crashes in the history of Uletites in this country. So good job to you and your men. But now we have people who will be returning back to their families, with their families, coming back to work and all of that. I know so many families who traveled outside Abuja to go celebrate the Christmas and New Year. They'll be coming back now. What would be your advice to both the road users as passengers or people who will be using the road, the drivers themselves, and then even people who manage the road, whether pothole managers or people who's tasked with the responsibility of putting road signs and all of that?
The Operation Zero is continuing. It has not ended.
Yes.
It will end on the 15th of January.
Wonderful.
And we believe by the 15th of January, people might have been back
Yes.
to their homes. Especially those travel out of Abuja should be back to Abuja, and those traveling to villages should be back to work as also resume. And that is why we extend the Operation Zero, not to end immediately after the festive period, but we increase it to 15th of January.
Okay.
That's what we did every year.
Wonderful.
Our men will be on the road till 15th of January. To also, in short, when you are driving and you see road safety or police, there's something will come to you. Please let me reduce my speed.
Yes.
We want to caution them. Awareness, public awareness. And that's why we always tell people, in this period that you are traveling with your families, your loved ones, they are very important. And please don't overspeed that vehicle. Go at the normal speed. And please, if you must have to leave home, plan your journey. The first thing is to plan your journey. You don't just wake up and enter a vehicle and move. You have to plan your journey. Okay, I am traveling tomorrow. What are the things I'm supposed to do? You check your vehicle. Are they safe for me to move, to use this vehicle to travel? If the vehicle is safe, then also don't drink. You know, this period is characterized with people
Festivities, celebrations,
drugs and alcohol.
yes.
And we advise people, if you must have to drink, please don't drive.
Yes.
If you must drive, don't drink.
Yes.
That's the safest thing.
Yes.
Because I won't tell you to go and drink and drive.
No.
Because your life is at risk. So
Exactly.
why would you take alcohol and drive? So we ask people, please, in this period, reduce your drinking, and if you must have to drink, don't drive. And also advise people, don't travel in the night. Night journey is not allowed. And please also don't buy fuel and put in the back of your vehicle on the jerry cans, because we have incidences that people are traveling with fuel, and maybe in Abuja you are buying fuel at 1,030 naira. Outside Abuja you buy 1,300 or more than that.
So
and
you want to
want
buy from
buy
Abuja
fuel and take home. Please don't do it, because the risk
outweighs whatever gain.
whatever gain you make.
That's true.
And that is why we are always there to advise people. Please make sure you get to your destination safe and sound.
Exactly.
And help us to help you.
Exactly. Help officers and men of the Federal Road Safety Corps to help you. Don't drink and drive. Drive safely. Obey road signs. Do not overspeed, and certainly do not overload your vehicles. I'll personally add that do not practice distracted driving. When you're driving, it's not the time to check your phone or to answer calls. Yes, it's the season of celebration does not mean that you should have this celebration as the very last one. No, there's so much more to celebrate, and that's why we want you alive. On this show, we are committed to giving you the useful tips that you would use to get back home to your loved ones. And thank officers and men of the Federal Road Safety Corps, especially our OCRC Silvanus Ekperion, the unit head of Operations Central Business District of the Federal Road Safety Corps. Thank you for always coming to share insights of road safety with us and how we could use the road safely.
Thank you. It's our duty to make sure we educate and enlighten people on the use of the road. And that is why we'll always be here to make sure that people get to their destination safe and sound.
Yes, so you have it. It's time for us now to go have a musical break and enjoy some music. When we come back, there's still a few things we would like to bring to you on the program. Please stay with us.